Okay, in this video, I'm going to explain why if you're running Google PPC campaigns for your insurance company and you've found over the past few years that costs have gone up, the amount that you have to spend to acquire a customer, a new policy sale has increased, the amount that you have to spend to acquire a new lead has increased, the volume of customers that you have has decreased, and also the conversion rates have decreased as well. Then if that's you, this is going to be a really critical video. I found over the past few years of managing campaigns as well as taking on new clients, they all seem to say the same things. And this is just, our results have slowly decreased over time, even though we're heavily leveraged into spending money on Google, spending money with overall PPC campaigns. We just found over the past few years that results that we used to get back then are just not the same as they are right now. And so this video, I'm going to explain why that is, why the main reason for that is, and how you can really combat that. Now, my name is Brandon. I own a digital marketing agency where we help insurance companies get more policy sales from people that are coming directly to their business. I own a business called growmyinsurance.com. I'm going to leave all the links to my website and also my LinkedIn page. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to me at all. If you want to find out a bit more what we do, how we do it, then you can check this out as well. Okay, so I'll leave those on the first link in the description. I want to jump into this video. So the main thing I want to discuss here, and it's going to give you a high level view of just really understanding what has changed, because believe it or not, Google, the platform, PPC has gotten better. Okay. So the actual algorithms, the machine learning, that has consistently increased across the platform. The biggest problem is that it's just how people buy now. Okay. And you can blame it on some of these sort of lead providers. You can blame it on some of these aggregator firms where people now just want to compare. They want to get the cheapest price they can. But to be honest, it's just how people have evolved over buying online. So if we explain, and what I'm going to do is really just give you a bit of a demonstration. I'm just going to write a few things out and hopefully we can, map out my thought process on this. So if you looked at how people used to buy, let's just take 5 years ago. So if you're running PPC campaigns sort of 5 years ago, this was really golden age. This is just, as soon as somebody clicked on the ad, it was like they would turn into a lead. Okay, so this is basically how people used to buy. So they would go into, we're going to use Google. Now I know you've got Bing as an example, but I'm just going to use Google PPC because this is the one that everyone sort of defaults to. This is the easy one that people understand. Okay, so this is the original search that somebody done. Okay, so let's just, for ease of use, we're going to use home insurance. So let's just say somebody then goes onto Google and they put in home insurance. Okay. You'll then be presented with a load of advertisements and websites and blogs and URLs to click onto. But let's just say they then click onto your ad. Let's just say you're the second one down on there. And then they land on your website. Okay. And now let's just say you've got a quote and buying system. So this, you can buy online. Okay. So this is the website. This is your landing page. And then it goes over to the quote funnel, which is basically where they're just putting all the information in. And you can use this for lead generation as well, because realistically, the quote funnel then goes just to a pricing page or a thank you page. This is typically where you would have your information sent across. This is usually where the lead would be processed. And then you've got a checkout page. Okay. You can understand what that is. Okay, so you've got your search, you've got the ad to the landing page, you've got the quote funnel, you've got the price. This is, a price of £505 per year, or this is typically where thank you for your submission, contact team will be, the call center will be contacting you very soon. And then realistically, in between this, you've got a call, you've got a quote, but then you've got the checkout, you've got the original purchase. Okay, so we can just call this purchase. So this is typically 5 years ago, 4 years ago, probably even 3 years ago. This is typically how somebody would have purchased. Okay, it would have just been very linear. It would have been very straightforward. It would have just really have been in a very straight line. Okay, and that was the reason why back then it was just so easy to get customers, because people's buying processes and the way that people bought was just very straightforward. It was very linear. Now with the amount of distractions that we have nowadays, with the amount of options that we have online to compare prices and also, find other people that we can use through marketing, it doesn't work like that now. And people's buying psychology, I suppose you can say, their buying journeys are more sporadic and more all over the place. So let me explain. So originally, what would happen is it would just go in a straight line. So what's happening nowadays is that people will go onto a search. They will then go onto the landing page, and then you've got social media. Well, okay, we just go really TikTok, right? So now what will happen is people go to TikTok, and then they'll go to the bathroom, and then they'll go to sleep. In this case, it's the evening, for example. Carry on watching, this will make sense soon. And then they will then receive an email. And then they will then receive a text message. They will then speak to a friend. And they will look at reviews. So this is typically how a buying process used to work. This one up here. And this is really how a buying process works now. They do the search. They do the original search here. They then go onto the landing page. So they're now, in your ecosystem. They may go from the landing page over to the quote funnel. So they're actually inputting their details. And then halfway through there, they get bored, they get distracted. They open TikTok to watch cat videos, just to do whatever they do on TikTok, just to mindlessly scroll, just to keep themselves occupied, because we don't have an attention. We can't keep our attention more than 10 seconds nowadays. So then the next thing they're going to do is then go to the bathroom, and then they'll probably go back onto this website, or they've still got the tab open, and they think, okay, yeah, I'll fill that out. They then go to the pricing page, and they get a price of £505. They then think, okay, it's late, I'm going to sleep. 3 to 4 days later, plus 2 days later, they then receive an email with this price. 4 days later, they then will receive a text message. This is based on if you have, these processes in place. And then a few days later from there, maybe plus 1 days, they're going to speak to a friend and say, oh, I was trying to get some home insurance. Have you been onto this website? Have you heard of these before? And then potentially they're going to go to the reviews. Then they're going to go back to the pricing page. And then possibly they're going to make a purchase. Now, ideally, this is absolutely fine if you have these processes in place. But let's just say now you don't have any social media campaigns. So in between here, in between sort of the sleep and the email, then we may actually have social media, right? Social media. So in between the sleep and the email, you're going to get people going on Instagram, on Facebook, looking at people's statuses, doing whatever you do on social media. And then potentially they're going to speak to the friend, right? So the whole point here is that people's buying processes, the way they buy is just less linear than it used to be. It's more sporadic, meaning there's more going on within how somebody buys. Now, let's just say that you don't have, this is the problem, right? This is the highlight of the problem. If you don't have anything here, so you don't have social media campaigns, you don't have emails being blasted out to people, you don't have text messages to follow up to people, you don't have telephone calls, you don't have any other form of marketing in place. You are only relying on what used to work. So the problem is, if you use PPC campaigns, you're not targeting the correct buying processes. So you will still get a lot of purchases the way that you have it set up, because people still do make purchases and still do inquire like this, but less people do than they used to. So the reason why your costs have increased, the reason your volume has decreased and the conversion rate have decreased, is because you're continuing to advertise an old method that doesn't work no more. Now, you still want to have this flow in place, but you want to just make sure that you've got additional touch points, additional platforms, and more reasons for that person to come back to you and make a purchase. Okay, what we recommend is obviously having follow-ups, emails, text message blasts, telephone calls, social media campaigns, other platforms like websites, blog pages, advertising on phone applications like Android apps and iPhone apps. And the whole idea here, and this is the system that we implement for our clients, is omnipresence. Omnipresence is basically being the state of being widespread or consistently encountered. And what this allows you to do is just have multiple channels advertising your product to one person. So this means the person's going to see you across Instagram, they're going to see you on Facebook, they're going to see you on Google, they're going to see you on Bing, they're going to see you on third-party search platforms, they're going to see you on websites, they're going to see you on blogs, they're going to see you on phone applications, they're going to see you on sidebars of their social media. The whole idea here is that people's buying is less linear than it used to be, and it is more sporadic, meaning that you need to be able to have touch points, you need to be able to have advertisements on why somebody should actually, come back to you, leveraging your reviews, leveraging your features and your benefits compared to other platforms. And then this is going to allow you to skyrocket conversion rates. It's going to allow you to skyrocket your costs and basically decrease cost per acquisition significantly, because the people that were coming through PPC are now being targeted on multiple platforms, or they start on multiple platforms, and then when they find you on PPC, then it's a much easier process to get them to convert. Okay, so I hope this sketch has provided some value. I hope it's given you some ideas. And look, if you're advertising on just PPC now, you can probably understand why things have gotten worse over time is because of how people are buying online now. All my links will be in the first description line of this video. If you've got any questions, you can just shoot a comment on here as well, and I'll get back to you the best I can. But yeah, I appreciate you watching this video. I hope you found some value, and thanks for watching.